in such a way that at first point we are impressed, but suddenly someone says dukkha, we are impressed, we are kind of overwhelmed. And then from there onwards, it gets you thinking, because it's something that I experience every day. And then you can relate to your own unique individual experiences from today, yesterday, and all the past days. You become automatically on your own curious, on your own interested. Interest grows within yourself, and then you want to sort of search for the remedies. So that's how Buddhism and Bodhisattvas. So they don't just sort of impose themselves. They in fact help in the best possible way. They provide the best possible method, but in such a way that is easy to digest, easy to relate. When the curiosity grows, that's when something's happening. That's when there is a sort of a evolution starting to take place. Until then, it's kind of stagnant. It's just hanging there. It's just sort of on us, not exactly on a standby mode, but sort of it's just hanging, dragging, lagging. Worst of it is that it's not just hanging there, but that's when then our energy, our precious time, our precious opportunities are being wasted. And before we know it, time's up. When the time's up, then we are not prepared for the next life, for the next rebirth. That's when now most prominent aspect of dukkha has taken place. Then it's kind of too late actually. Game over, Of course, we can put coins and we can restart the game. After some time it becomes hopeless, in fact. Yes? The first, I think, attempt, the first, for the priority is, for the Buddha and Bodhisattva, is to create somehow, to find a way to create that curiosity, I think, in ourselves, in others. And if that curiosity grows, then something will happen in one way or another. Yes. Some of us might not feel comfortable about it. Sometimes we might feel very allergic to it. Nevertheless, no matter how strong an allergy we experience, this is one allergy that is worthwhile to experience. Because there is an evolution. Something will happen afterwards. And out of that curiosity, then often, and then we become more alert, more sort of aware, more mindful. And out of that mindfulness, luckily we will stumble onto something very, very useful. First useful thing we will stumble onto is none other than seeking a way out. To liberate oneself to begin with, and then to liberate all others. Almost one could say provided all the time, constantly. It's just that we have to grow that curiosity strong enough to become aware of, to become mindful enough. And the moment we do that, then suddenly we begin to see that, okay, there is a method, there is a way out. And that's when now a real evolution will start to take place. We can consider ourselves very fortunate, definitely, not because we are the selected few, the selected lucky ones. Simply our own merit, our own hard work actually, our own effort. Or starting from this life, based on the notion of rebirth, then from the previous life, and the one before, and the one before, and so on. Due to our collective effort as well as individual effort that is being sort of accumulated over the course of time, we are able to have the time to somehow reflect on these facts. If you think about the countless of individuals that are out there within our own world, creative people, they are kind people, they are genuinely good people around the world. Countless of them, in fact, have the time, the luxury, the curiosity that we have to somehow scratch on these sort of noble surfaces of these noble truths. Very few. So therefore, we must consider ourselves extremely lucky. Lucky is not the right word to use, but we must consider ourselves very fortunate. And so therefore, we must rejoice for the fact that we have done great deeds in our former lives, because then now we are able to reflect on these noble facts, noble truths, and out of reflecting on these noble truths, then such as impermanence and so on, we are able to arrive to the greatest of truths, that there is, it's almost like saying that there is some sort of like a happy ending in a way, After seeing all the drama of a play or a theater, tragical theater, that at the end we do see as sort of like a happy ending in a way. And it is possible, of course, these happy endings are not just sort of a fairy tale, but it is in fact a reality because of our nature, because of who we are, because of our nature. So one part is our good deed, that's like the 50%, and the other is that of the aspirations, as I said earlier, of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and that's the other part, and then these two parts meet, and then, as I said earlier, the spark sort of occurs, then the curiosity grows, then something is happening, then there is an evolution. Not that we have an idea that that we are in fact fortunate, that we have all of these opportunities, then now we must make the best use of it. In this case, to allow ourselves to be greedy in a way, allow ourselves to be hungry, allow ourselves to feel that nothing is enough, meaning that we can, in this case, allow ourselves to be greedy, to know more, not to be content with just a few points or some facts that we know, but we want to know more about it. We want to cover the depth of it, the root of all the facts. And only then, I think, we will come to a point where we will have some sort of a conceptual idea of what could be. First thing what we must practice, in order to practice bodhicitta, what we must practice is impermanence, or acceptance of impermanence. Not practice impermanence, but the acceptance of impermanence. In terms of practicing impermanence, we are doing a great job. There are countless of ways to practice the acceptance of impermanence and I think the most helpful method is that of the practice of awareness, I think. Practice of mindfulness. And that is done ultimately through meditation. And through that, then we will become, as I said earlier, sensitive enough to detect change. First of all, to detect obvious changes, and then after some time, then we will be able to detect far subtler sort of changes. That's when, as I said earlier, evolution will take place, meaning in a form of a panic, actually. It's strange, but that's the truth. In a form of a panic, in a form of a bit of an anxiety in a way. But in this case, it's a good one. Now, cut short and now try to cover most of the ground, particularly from the practice of mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness by learning how to breathe probably is the way. Breathing is one of the most basic, it's so simple that we forget to detect, we forget to be aware of, and we just take it for granted. We just take it as a luxury and we completely neglect that fact that we are breathing. And as a result of it, we lose so many precious opportunities. Learning how to breathe or breathing with awareness, breathing with mindfulness, I think it can be described as the most basic way and the most profound way and the most beneficial way of accepting impermanence. Because it is only through acceptance of impermanence that we will basically grow in a good way, of course. That we will transform, we will blossom. We call ourselves practitioners, we call ourselves Buddhists, and what do? If we ask ourselves. We do attend ceremonies, we do attend occasions that, of course, very precious occasions like yesterday. The Vesak Day. We all follow many customs, we all follow many rituals, we all follow many ceremonies. It has, each of those ceremonies, rituals, they have their own benefit, yes, tremendous benefit. But that alone will not enlighten us. The enlightenment or the development of bodhicitta has to take place on a ground level, on something substantial. Just based on rituals and chantings and initiations and blessings will not do. That will just provide us with a form of peace, some form of prosperity, some form of good health, but not more. And if you do it fervently enough, you may last during our present life. And if we are diligent enough, then it may carry on till our next lives. But then if you look at all forms of obstacles that occur in life, there's the obstacles in the form of accidents, the obstacles in the form of various accidents actually, disasters and so on. Again, there's no guarantee today. Tomorrow might be the last day, and then there you have it. All the privileges, all the opportunities are gone like that. Therefore, we cannot totally rely on just rituals and blessings or abilities of others, but we ourselves must do something tangible. Therefore, we must learn how to accept basic truths, simple truths, in a very harmonious way, in a very beneficial way. There is no better practice than breathing actually. It's try to pay attention, we try to focus on what's happening. But in fact, it is for actually development of one's bodhicitta. It is a way to make us become aware and to make us develop our compassion and our wisdom. The method is so simple because it's not something that we have to learn from scratch. The thing is, we are doing it from the moment we are born. And so therefore, all we have to do is just be aware of it. It's that simple.